It's time, guys. It's time for us to make the tier list 2 days into the season, which is absolutely 100% accurate, and everyone else's opinions are wrong in every way possible because we are the most educated here in chat. Am I right? You guys ready? Cap B. He's good. He got buffed. He could even be A, but I've only ran into one cap player. Doctor Strange, his last name starts with S. I think we put him in S tier. The Doctor Strange is a tank who can one-shot you, has the best ult, one of the best ults, kills entire teams. He has a portal. A few maps only have 2 exits out of spawn, so he can just block you. Siegel, he did get nerfed. Okay, wait. I've played against Doctor Strange every game. I didn't notice the nerf. It was his shield and his E got damage drop off. That is, I actually have noticed that a few times I've lived at 1 HP. All right, well, that's a small nerf, but doesn't impact that much. He's still OP. Now, if I remember correctly, Hulk got a hot 50 damage off his, his shield. I think it's just too much for nerf, guys. I think Hulk's reign is over. That 50 HP, guys, was just such a significant downgrade and nerf to Hulk overall, guys, that I don't know if he's played. Most of my games, I don't see Hulk played, guys. And the only reason I can think of is because he must be D tier. Surely not because Hulk gets banned every game, right? Right, guys? Okay, Groot. If Cap's A, I mean, Cap's probably B, let's be honest. We'll move Cap later. But Groot he has the ult combo. So one of the most OP things at higher MMR is just, I mean, not even higher MMR. It's literally everything in the game revolves around support ults, right? You hit tab and you're like, okay, guys, my Luna doesn't have ults and neither does my Mantis. Guys, the Starlord has ults. We're all about to die, So because of that, Groot's kind of nice because as a tank, he can actually set up one-shots through support ults with either Namor Whale or also Moon Knight, because Moon Knight got buffed this patch with his ultimate. So I'd say that plus the fact that there's a lot of choke point maps, Groot never feels bad. He just feels good. Magneto. Is Magneto S or A tier? He is insane. These shield tanks are OP, but I don't know if he's Hulk and Strange level, but he is really good. He's top of it. Yeah, I would say he's like A+, because he's definitely better than Cap and Groot. So at that point, I have to put him in S tier, right? But he's also not Doctor Strange. So does that mean I drop Cap and I put Magneto here next to Groot? I think that's okay. Put him in front. Are we ordering each row, guys? I don't do tier lists normally. I feel like people don't normally order tier lists, right? But they do usually order them. Wait, what? I've watched tier list videos and I just skim through them at 2x speed and I've never once noticed that because I'm dumb. Okay, well, in that case, Hulk is, I'd say Hulk is ahead of Iron Man or Doctor Strange. Magneto is Groot. Okay, Cap. Okay. Penny, you're really good on some maps. You're never bad. You technically have a high win rate, but also every time I have you on my team and we're on offense, you're just a feeder and we lose every game. For that reason alone, I must put you in the B tier because you're just kind of not great, but you are sometimes really good. Sometimes Penny gets into that the dive comp. Sometimes they're on defense on certain maps and they hold like certain high grounds of 4 mines and they control the entire battlefield. But other times you have the offensive Penny who's just running it down mid and feeding on cooldown. I would say most of the time I don't see Penny, and the few times I do, they're god tier players. But you're not as good as Groot because your ult sucks. Unfortunately, Groot has an extra button called this thing called an ultimate. And unfortunately, I don't believe Penny really has an ult. She just drops mines and then she starts jogging and then that's it. I don't know. Not a lot going on really. Thor. God, he's really good sometimes. This is a hard one. Wait, he's definitely better than Penny by a lot, but he's not Magneto Groot. So I'm going to put him with Cap, but he's definitely above Penny. And I would argue potentially A tier. But I don't think he's as good as Groot on most maps. I'm gonna have to, dude, we're gonna have to reorder these constantly. I gotta think about this. Because I would argue Thor is definitely better than both Cap and Penny. But Cap got buffed this patch. I do think Cap is better than Thor in most games. Like most games, I have a Cap. They are actually really good. When I have a Thor, it's a 50-50 if they're a feeder. And more importantly, Thor's ult is garbage. But Cap actually has a good ult. So I think I'm gonna leave Thor down here, because I don't like Thor. Every time I have somebody in one of my games playing Thor, he just sucks. A lot of people haven't seen a good Cap player, but Cap's ult can be used as another support ult because it can out heal ults like Starlord. So for that reason, Cap's ult is just way better to engage. And way better. I'm doing it. I can't get over Cap, dude. He's just better than these guys. I'm putting him up there, guys. I'm putting him up there, guys. He got buffed. And now Venom, I don't know where to put you. I'm sorry. Guys, what do I do with Venom? I've encountered 2 Venoms. They're really annoying, but honestly, he's just not that good. So I think he just stays B tier with Penny and Thor. He reminds me a little bit of Penny in terms of how situational he is. He did get good buffs. Wait, so his ult got buffed? What was the other one? I suggest somebody leak me the patch notes. Let's go. I got to remind myself. I've only seen Venom like 3 times. Base damage, 10 damage on the ult. Okay. So you get extra couple 100 HP on the shield. Okay. When you're like 1 HP. That makes sense. So 20% more is actually, that's a pretty good buff. I've never seen a good Venom take over like a good Cap player would, or just never die. They just kind of exist and they mostly enable others to set up. I think I'll keep Penny above him, but I think Thor is better than both. Black Panther. He's pretty good, but not that good. B tier. The reason for this is because as somebody who's played support in Eternity, I feel that Iron Fist is actually scarier than Black Panther in 90% of scenarios, because most Black Panther players are bad, as Black Panther does not have a high skill cap. Sounds dumb, but it's true. It's a hot take. I know people are going to get mad. So how the reason for this is because Black Panther has one playstyle and one thing he can do, and that's it. He can do nothing else. He is going to run in. He is going to right click dash over and over and over until the server lags and the dash doesn't register and he dies. That's what's going to happen, guys. I don't make the rules. The server is going to kill Black Panther. It happens every time. It will happen at least 3 times a game. His dash will not register and he is going to die. But for that reason, he's B tier. All right, hot take number 2. Black Widow. Thoughts, guys? What do you think, guys? Guys, Black Widow is actually insane on 1/2 the map pool. 1/2, guys, 1/2 the map pool. The streamer is overcooking. Okay, well, in that case, okay. If there is a good Black Widow in a game, on over half the map pool, there have been multiple Widow 1 tricks in Eternity MMR, and they take over the game. Everything warps around Widow the same way Widow does in Overwatch. And this is especially worse this season because a lot of people haven't realized this yet. If there's a Mantis that is perma damage amping your Black Widow and they have a Storm, which Storm is really good this season, the Black Widow one-shot headshots, guys, on everyone, 250 or 275. So with a one-tapping Black Widow on these maps with no coverage, no cover at all, she is extremely strong. The streamer, she has a 39% win rate. Nobody cares. They're bad. Nobody cares. Guys, we're talking about the 3 local Giga Chads who play Black Widow in Eternity/top 500s. There's only like 3 of them. Your opinions are wrong. Mine are right. Defeated with facts and logic, which is why I have to put Hawkeye also in B tier, just above Black Widow. Hawkeye is only okay. He's just okay. B for bullshit. No. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. Hawkeye just got nerfed this patch. Already last patch, Hawkeye was so overrated that when he wasn't getting banned, people at high MMR were still not picking Hawkeye because he would just get run down. The problem with Hawkeye is he doesn't have an ultimate. It's just not that great. And yeah, people do remember the one taps. People remember everything. Siegel, what's your Hawkeye win rate? My Hawkeye win rate last season, I was like 23 wins, 4 losses. Listen, guys, he's really bad. Don't fucking nerf me. Guys, he's really bad, guys. So I will say Hawkeye, I think he's got to be B tier, guys. Hela in the A tier. Very, very good. Definitely better than Hawkeye. Broken ult, still 2 taps. Storm OP, which means that when Storm and Hela are on the same team, Hela can go back to headshot body shotting people. It is super, super strong. Putting Hawkeye below Penny is blasphemy. Oh, I wasn't ranking in terms of the whole thing. Sorry, I was only ranking compared to the DPS. How do you compare DPS to tanks on the same tier? Wait a second. I don't know how to do that, actually. I didn't think that hard. So I just compare to each other. Don't mix them up. Okay, yeah. We won't mix them up. Okay. Anyway, Hela, back to the Hela talk, though. I will say Hela's 25 HP. She is a lot squishier. She's still Hela. She is really good. But I wouldn't say that she's S tier. I don't think she's crazy good. Like, she's going to get banned a lot, but I would actually think most of the time you probably don't want to ban her. She's just not S tier. but she's not B tier because she's way better than everyone else, but she's not S tier. She's like A+. Okay, Iron Fist. Better than Hawkeye. In high MMR, a good Iron Fist one trick is absolutely disgusting. Huh? Guys, stop. You don't believe me? Check the win rate, guys. Check the win rate, guys. You're trolling? No. In high MMR, those one tricks go crazy. They take over games. You just said a minute ago, win rate doesn't matter. Win rate matters only for the characters I like, guys. Only for the characters I like, guys. guys, it only matters, guys. Iron Fist is crazy, guys. Think about how good Iron Fist is when one of those 5 players in top 500 are playing Iron Fist. Iron Fist is easily probably one of the best dive characters. I think he's actually more annoying than Black Panther any day of the week. Black Panther's just easier to give value. I'm going to say I'd rather have an Iron Fist on my team than a Hawkeye. Is this a paid actor? No, I'm not paid actor, guys. I just have a lot of hot takes. Iron Man, he's still, I mean, with the Hulk team up, he's A tier. He's just good. I don't know what to say. It's only with the Hulk team up, though. Without the team up, he's Garbo. He's not good. Guys, when we're doing tier lists of, do we include team ups or not? Most of the DPS we've had so far, their team ups don't matter, right? But now we got to start talking team ups. So I will say Iron Man is only this good when he has the whole team up, and he's just a solid A tier. He shreds everybody in the game. He has a one-shot ults. He's just good. Like, I wouldn't play Iron Man without the team up, though. If Hulk is banned, yeah, if Hulk's banned, then I think if Hulk is banned, Iron Man should be like here. Like, he's, I think, worse than Hawkeye and Panther. So I'll say he's just down here somewhere. He's just not very good without the team up. This is with the team up. This list is cooked. Silence, chatter. Mods, take them out. Magik. Oh God, where do I put Magik? I think Magik is actually insanely strong. She is crazy good. She's actually, she's way better than Iron Fist. If I put Iron Fist Hawkeye here, I would rather have a Magik on my team 90% of the time over a Hawkeye or Iron Fist or Black Panther. Like, yeah, I would actually say that she's way better than all the characters up below her. Her ult is super strong. She has a one-shot combo. She brawls with tanks. So she can... So here's the thing. Magik can brawl with the tanks. She can't die to tanks. She sits there, shreds everybody. She can build up shields and one-shot people, which the burst to go through supports. And then on top of that, she has an ult that forces support ults. She just feels good. But she's definitely not S tier. You know who is? Moon Knight. Moon Knight this patch is broken. Moon Knight is completely busted. Guys, Moon Knight this patch is probably more like A tier. Okay? But probably more like high A tier, maybe S tier. But the reason I say this is because, so here was the problem with Moon Knight last season. This is why, in my opinion, Moon Knight has a bad win rate last season. Moon Knight last season would immediately drop the Ankh, build his ult off tanks in 20 seconds. Then he would pop the ult, kill no one, and die. This season, he builds his ult in 20 seconds, and now the ult covers the size of the map. It's literally like a football field, and anyone who touches the AoE immediately dies in 0.1 seconds, which means it doesn't even matter if like he's a good character or a bad character. He literally walks at you. He spams tanks for his ult in every single fight. It feels like literally every fight. He will have an ult, and that ult will one-shot someone, and it is that dumb. It is so absurd. I would say Moon Knight is definitely, if he's not S tier, then I think A tier actually fits. I think A tier fits. Namor, he's just A tier. He's really, really good. He has the group one shot. I would say for the most part, he's just an average gamer. He has a really good ult combo to stun people and to catch and whatnot. And his ult is actually kind of nice because Invisible Woman's around. It's debatable. I think Namor, if I'm really arguing it, should actually be here. I think he's at the top of B. I don't think Namor is in the same category as Moon Knight, Hela, Iron Man, or Magik. Unless you have one, you have the team up, and two, you're playing versus dive. If you're against characters like Spider-Man, Black Panther, and you're playing Namor and you have a Luna, you are Thanos. You will kill legitimately everyone. But he's also not as good as Magik Iron Man in most situations. I think because of that, I'll just say he's over here. Streamer, C and D exists. Yeah, you should see D's nuts, streamer or a chatter. Okay, Psylock though. Psylock is A tier. I believe Psylock is better than Namor. Namor's ult relies on group combo or this or that, and the fact that Psylock she's so versatile, she can farm tanks. Her ult forces support ults. Will there be no S tier DPS? No, there will be. There will be. She is definitely just she's just good. I don't know if she's insanely good, if she's always flanking, doing this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But I think she's definitely just pretty darn good. All right, Scarlet Witch, she's fucking garbage. No one likes you. You're in the pits of hell. We need an F tier just to like put her there. She is garbage. She is terrible. I don't know of a single character that's worse than her. You know what the saddest thing is? So if you guys go and you look at, okay, I need to find this. Give me a sec. So guys, Scarlet Witch, by far one of the worst characters in the game. She is essentially always going to be the worst character in the game because she's really good for people who can't aim, which means if Scarlet Witch is ever competitive when people are good, she will become Thanos to bronze to platinum, which is 80% of the player base. For that reason, she must never be allowed to be good under any circumstances. But I also think it's really funny if we just go over to Karku's video really fast and just look at the supposed buff she got, chat. This is the buff she got this season. You guys ready for this?
For Scarlet Witch, the Chaos Control's fixed damage is going to be increased from 50 damage per second to 60 damage.
Guys, look how much faster she kills. It's on the right, guys. Look how much faster. Look how buff she is.
Fixed damage is going to be increased from 50 damage per second to
Isn't that crazy?
60 damage per second. But the
she's so ST.
percentage damage is going to be
So yeah, Scarlet Witch, terrible. It's kind of funny how bad she is. She's just not very good. Okay, let's keep going here. Spider-Man, C tier. Spider-Man is worse than Black Widow in 90% of my games. You want to know why? Because Spider-Man exists and then some guy from under the sea just walks up, drops a couple squid on the floor, and everyone dies. Okay? Spider-Man, I've never seen somebody pick Spider-Man and be successful in Eternity Plus unless Namor is banned. And even when he's banned, I never see him do anything. I don't know. And like if you ban Namor, then there's too many big characters they're going to pull out that are so much better than Spider-Man, it doesn't matter. Why does Siegel hate Necros? Guys, does he even play Spider-Man the whole time? No, he also thinks he's bad. Well, why are you flaming me? What the heck? That's crazy. Siegel's a nerd. Not wrong, bro. Not wrong. Squirrel Girl, she is honestly better than Hawkeye. I think Squirrel Girl is crazier than Hawkeye this patch. I have to play it more, but the reason for this is because Squirrel Girl's ultimate just got buffed. So we're going to go through something of a learning curve here. So Squirrel Girl is definitely not on the same tier as Psylocke, Magik, Iron Man, Hela, right? Moon Knight. She's just not. But she's definitely better, in my opinion, than Hawkeye. So for that reason, she's definitely somewhere in the middle. I think she's worse than Namor in a lot of cases. But the thing is, her buff can her ultimate can one-shot people. And because her ult can kind of one-shot people, it has uses now. I think she's better than Hawkeye. She has an ult. She's spooky. She does a lot of damage. She has more verticality. Hawkeye can one-shot, but his range is so reduced that I don't think it's... Most of the time, he's not going to one-shot in most cases. So I'll just say Squirrel Girl. I think Squirrel Girl is just... I'm more scared of Squirrel Girl than Hawkeye in most of my ranked games. Starlord, S tier. This character is Thanos. Every single time Starlord gets a team up with Adam Warlock Mantis, Starlord has a broken ult. He is used 99% of the time, and he will never get banned because everyone else wants to ban the more overpowered characters. So he just runs around, he kills everyone. His ult is amazing, and he's really, really strong. He's just used in every high MMR game. You see him every other game. Like, he's always there. He's always really, really good. I don't know what else to say. He's just good. I think he's better than Hela. I think he's better than Moon Knight at higher MMR. I think Iron Man with team up. Starlord is on the same tier as Iron Man with team up, and like but Starlord's ult is better, and he will probably kill your whole team. Also S tier, Storm. I think Storm obviously is S tier this season, but Storm gets banned nonstop. She has double the damage, and her ult is really strong. She just dominates. Like, Storm is scarier than Hela most of the time, unless you have Storm and Hela on the same team. In which case, Hela gets a little bit spooky because she hits a new breakpoint that allows her to headshot, body shot, like as if it was pre-nerf. But I do think, in general, Storm is stronger than Hela this season because the way I look at this is for two reasons. The first one is, obviously, from playing her a lot, she is stupidly strong. I'm trying to be, like, aware of the fact that passive aura buffs, they give big damage boosts to the team. But because it's not immediately noticeable in terms of feedback, appears weaker than it actually is. I think those passives she has in the background will push her over the top being like actually OP. That's how I feel. And she's already getting banned a lot. So we'll see. Punisher, A tier. I actually would argue maybe S tier. But he is super, super strong. I don't know where to put him here though. In this list. I think he is, I mean, I'll put him at the bottom actually. I'll put him above Psylock, but that's it. It's kind of weird. I think Iron Man with team up is scarier than Punisher with team up, but there are certain maps and certain high ground maps in particular where Punisher is so stupidly strong that he could just set up on the high ground over and over with his turret. And also he has a really strong ult, but I don't know if he's actually that good. It's like a weird middle ground. I don't know how to feel about him. I'm very conflicted on Punisher. I don't know if he should be S or A. He shreds tanks. He has a really good ult. He plays all the good high grounds. His turret lets him outplay ults like Doctor Strange, and it's just really annoying to run into turrets. So I think I just have to leave him here, even though it feels weird. The team up is very strong. Yes, Punisher's team up is very, very, very strong. That is true. But it also requires a coordination of two people. Is he better? I don't think he's better than Psylocke. I think Psylocke's spookier most time than Punisher. I think he's just okay. Don't think he's crazy. I just think he's okay. Okay, Winter Soldier. Okay, give me a second. This guy's an interesting one. I think he sucks. I think he's actually bad. I think he just kind of sucks. I think he's between a Widow and a more. Yeah, he's somewhere in B tier probably, but it's like really bad B tier to the point where I'd probably, most of the time, I think I'd rather have a Widow. Like on a good Widow map or a good Widow player, I don't think I'd rather have a good Bucky most of the time. He just doesn't seem to do anything. He just sort of just walks around. Like, I don't think he's as good as Black Panther. I can put him above Widow because Widow's more situational. And he's just a general. He's just okay. But I would say my heart says he's not very good. And I think he's C. He's just whatever. He has a hook, but like he's not very great. I'd say he's barely above Black Widow. And if we're talking, you know, the hot take, he's like here. But, you know, I've had already some hot takes. Okay, maybe we'll back up a little bit. All right, we'll put him. Okay, guys, he's B tier. Siegel, you're crazy. Bucky's A tier. You think Bucky is the same tier as Punisher, Psylocke, Magik, Iron Man with team up, Hela, or Moon Knight? You're crazy, bro. You're crazy. Sorry, buddy. No way. Wolverine S tier. Wolverine was already good, and they gave him more HP. Welcome to S tier. Also, I think he's stronger than Storm. Wolverine is terrifying. He is disgusting. He one-shots everybody with ults. He is the local, you know, he gives nightmares to the local enemy tank. And for some reason, dude, the crazy thing was, so Wolverine was already basically A tier, like high A tier last patch, and they gave him more HP. Yes, they nerfed the damage reduction in his E. When he is in his E, most of the time he's not going to die anyway. They gave him HP when it mattered outside the downtime. So now I think he's crazy. I think he's S tier for sure. I think he's insane. Okay, Mr. Fantastic. You are D tier.
Look,
you are garbage.
Please, Mr. Streamer, put Widow in D tier B for my fault teammates. See this, we don't need no more Widows in me gold games. Poro sad, poro sad, poro sad, poro sad, poro sad.
Mr. Fantastic is trash. Guys, I can't make this character work. Every other thing in his kit is a self-stun. He is absolutely better than Scarlet Witch, but by God, is he worse than Spider-Man. He's just not good. He's really bad. The easiest description I can give of Mr. Fantastic, he is Captain America, but not as tanky, doesn't do as much damage, and a worse ult. And he has less mobility. Yes, and he has less mobility, and he's slower. Sorry, there's a lot. He just needs more. He just needs more. Mr. Fantastic, I would only rather have than Scarlet Witch. That's it. Otherwise, I don't care. This way, you're going to get proven wrong? God, I hope so. I think there are some comps he can work well in, but I don't think he's very good. I hope he gets buffed, though, and I hope I am wrong. Let's move on to the strategist boys. Adam Warlock, A tier. Adam Warlock is very, very good. In fact, I would argue he is S tier in triple support comps. S tier and triple support comps because he provides self-res to Starlord and Mantis, which is a disgusting team up. The best single team up in the game. It is broken. And I would also argue that triple support in general in this game is completely broken. And so for that reason, I do think I could argue he's A tier. He is probably S tier as a third support. I'm going to argue third support. As duo support, the off healer has to be Mantis. But the problem with just Adam Mantis is at that point, you can run out of healing if the Mantis doesn't chain headshot. But anyway, for those reasons, I think Adam should be S tier because also he buffs an S tier DPS who is Starlord. If it's not Adam plus Mantis to abuse the self-reses, it's way worse. Considering we're talking about team ups here, and I put Iron Man with the team up and Punisher with team up and other characters, I think he deserves S tier. Also, for that reason, Cloak and Dagger, you are B tier. I think Cloak and Dagger is atrocious. I am a Cloak and Dagger #1 hater. I hope Cloak and Dagger just get banned every game and never come back to my team. Cloak and Dagger, in fact, I would argue is C tier, but they got buffed this patch, so I'm putting them to B tier. They have the mercy effects of like, they're the most mechanically easy support player that you can play. So as a result, the people who can't aim pick Cloak and Dagger and feed their brains out because they don't know what they're doing. Third, her ult got buffed this patch, which is cool, but she's still useless outside of her ult. She does not carry. She does nothing. She's just AFK. Last patch, she was by far the worst support in the game. Worse than Jeff? Yes. In my opinion, I would rather have a Jeff on my team every game than have a Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Daggers, they're just bad. That's sorry guys. That's just how I feel. And people would be like, that's a hot take, streamer, I disagree, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. People argue with me because they like to hit tab and look at the big heal number go up. And Cloak and Dagger has a lot of healing. And they go, wow, this character's pretty good. I got a lot of healing. But it doesn't, I don't care. Because healing is so strong in this game, it doesn't matter how much healing you do in 99% of the cases. If someone's being healed, they're already invulnerable. So what's the point of being more invulnerable? They already can't die. So you're just arguing based off your number going up, but the bigger number doesn't matter because if they're being healed, they can't die anyway. So for this reason, I don't think they have anything to protect themselves outside of the bubble. I think they're easy to kill. I think they're just not very good. Jeff, you are worse than Cloak and Dagger this patch though, because they got buffed and you didn't. I'm sorry, Jeff. He got wait. They did that. Wait. I forgot. They buffed Jeff's healing, which is the one thing that didn't matter because it's the same exact argument. I just made a Cloak and Dagger. All right, the same exact argument. It just doesn't matter because if he's healing them, they're already invulnerable. The thing is, Cloak and Dagger's ult got buffed. Okay, so I'll say Jeff, she got buffed more than you, so she's better than you now. But if we're really gonna be talking, guys, it's probably more like this. I think Cloak and Dagger are like C tier. They're just terrible. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like this for just a sec. Are you going to rank each role within the tier? They are currently ranked in each row by tier. Yes, because it's impossible. How do you justify, is Squirrel Girl better than Thor? It's like, nah, I don't know, bro. I don't pretend to know. Okay, Loki, S tier. Best support in the game, probably. Haven't gotten there yet, maybe. Loki is insane, crazy good, can copy any ults, super ridiculously high skill cap, insane damage. He is S tier, not even debatable. Loki is completely busted. He has an insane station, aka just drops a lamp. He's impossible to kill. He kills and has insane damage. He can drop a clone and save his tank from Wolverine. He's just so much, right? And more importantly, the high tier Loki players, they will copy DPS ults. The other half of the time, they copy support ults. You basically have to ban Luna, not because Luna is crazy by herself, but because they're going to go Loki and get 2 Lunas. Or if you don't ban it, then they copy Starlord, or they'll copy Storm, or they'll copy anything. And it's crazy. It's so strong. What is he saying? Well, he's copy DPS ults. That's not true. You copy like half an hour. It's always going to be Luna or other. Also, Luna's S tier. I don't think she's like Giga S tier. I'm debating the Adam pick. I'm actually going to say Adam is, well, Adam with team up or Luna with, okay. When we're talking about these two characters, we're actually arguing team comps, not specifics. Luna is hard carried by her ult and the single target freeze, and her ult didn't get nerfed this patch, which, by the way, what the hell are these developers doing, boys? Why did that ult not get nerfed? 12 seconds! Anyway, so there are 2 main support trios that I consider stupidly overpowered at high MMR. One is Luna, Mantis, Adam. The other is Luna, Mantis, Loki. Both of those are disgustingly good, insanely strong, and I don't know which one's better. But for the sake of that team up and triple support comp, that is why Adam is this high. I consider him insane in those trios. And they all have Luna? Yeah, well, I mean, Luna's going to keep getting used. They're just super strong. Mantis, though, I do think is better than Luna. I'm going to put Mantis above Luna. She got a tiny nerf. But high MMR Mantis players have more solo carry potential than Luna. Luna enables the team because she has an overpowered ult, but Luna as a character is nowhere near Mantis. Mantis has a pretty good ult and 10 times the character than Luna, because Mantis can flank and two-shot your whole team back to back, just chaining headshots and just popping off and damage amping. She is every character in one. She's like, I'm gonna flank, I'm gonna CC you, I'm gonna two-shot you after I do put the sleep down, and then also I can sleep your ults, and then also my ult's one of the best in the game. Yeah, S tier are mostly supports. Yes, they are. You want to know why? Because supports are broken in this game. There's a reason why I consider triple supports to be some of the best comps on the ladder. Rockets. Rocket is A tier. Very good. Never bad, never great, just always pretty good. And every other support is an S tier, basically. So you got all these S tier supports, and then Rocket, who's a little bit worse, and then you have Cloak and Dagger and Jeff down here. And Rocket got buffed. Rocket did get buffed, yeah. I wouldn't say he's S tier, but he's pretty good. Isn't Rocket healing just like Cloak and Dagger? No, Rocket has a res, which is a little bit different. So the res and the beacon and everything else is pretty good. And also, more importantly, Rocket dominates tanks, and it is not close. Like if there's like a solo tank diving your backline and you have a Luna or Mantis who pops the support ult, that Rocket holds down left click and does 1,000 damage in 10 seconds. I also think Invisible Woman is the next support to cover. I actually don't know how to feel about this character. I don't think she's that good from playing versus her, but I think she is definitely better than Rocket, but I'm actually not convinced. I'm gonna say she's worse than Rocket because I don't know where to put her. She's up there. She actually has a defensive ult, which is really, really, really nice. She's crazy against dive. I don't think so. I think Rocket and Invisible Woman are both really weak versus dive. I judge a character being good versus dive characters because I can survive. The other way is to say I judge how good I am versus dive characters because I can survive and I kill them. That's why Rocket is very weak versus dive, because he can't die, but he can't kill them, so he will eventually die. But like a character like Mantis or Luna or Adam, Mantis, she 1v1s any dive character. Mantis just kills them. Adam Warlock, that guy 1v1s the dive. The Black Panther runs into Adam Warlock in a dark alleyway, bro. Adam Warlock kills him. Like Adam fucking kills everybody. If a solo DPS runs into Mantis on a flank, that DPS like, my bad, guys. My bad. You can have this flank. My bad. If you see a solo Rocket on the flank, you're like, well, I probably can't kill that guy because dash away, but like, we're just, you know, two ships passing in the night. Invisible Woman, you just don't see her. Am I right, boys? Now, I also like to remind people before we leave, last reminder here, okay? These are just my opinions, and they're all correct and yours are wrong. All of them. Every single one. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, tier list is over. Meeting is over, guys. Move along.